technology is hard to understand. I'm not talking about technology like Samsung phone or iPhone or your laptop. I'm talking about technology when it comes to development. Hi, it's Ben Kim, a random college student who wants to become a millionaire before he turns 30, and I'm building a startup called DILEMAA. DILEMAA is a Q&A social media app designed for sharing and solving dilemmas. And since it's an app, there has to be a code to make that app. But in today's video, I'm not talking about that I learned how to code by myself. I wanted to make this video because I thought it would be interesting. As a student who never learned how to code properly or understand technology properly, what if I take online courses from Coursera and learn them properly? So that's what I did. Now, as a broke student, I didn't want to spend $40-something per month. But fortunately, they provided 7-day free trial, and I took advantage of that. So my plan was, in the next 7 days, learn as much as I can, such as coding, data cloud service, or any other things. And ultimately, after some research, I decided to take 2 courses. 1, React Native from Meta, and 2, Azure from Microsoft. Now, that's just the basic idea of what I decided to learn. But when I first went to Coursera, I was surprised because when you try to learn something, it's not like you pick one course and learn from it. Because in Coursera, there's 2 things: specialization and a course. A course is literally an online course. It has videos, quizzes, and so on. That's what I believe that I would take when I enroll in Coursera. But it turned out, in order for me to take a specific class, such as React Native, I had to be enrolled in a specific specialization. Now, specialization is basically a bundle of courses. So if I wanted to learn about React Native, I'm not learning just about React Native, I'm learning the entire base of React and React Native. And there are other courses that I have to take. Now, if I was just a normal user, I would take time and go to course 1 and learn and watch the videos, take quizzes, and go to course 2 and do the same thing, course 3, and voila, I have a certificate. Like, I would do that, but I'm not a normal user. I'm broke. I don't want to spend money. I want to learn the knowledge as fast as I can in 7 days. So what I did is I enrolled in a specialization, and then I just took the specific course I wanted to learn. So these are the specializations that I enrolled in: Meta React Native specialization, and give me a second, Microsoft Azure Fundamentals AZ900 Exam Prep. That's the name. And I think there are other ways to learn Azure because I wasn't planning to take an exam or anything, but it seemed like this specialization or this program offered the most knowledge about Azure, so I took it. In the past 7 days, I tried my best to take the most knowledge out of the courses. And now I'm here. The free trial ended. I canceled my subscription. Thank you and sorry, Coursera. And this is my opinion about, is it worth it to take Coursera courses if you solely want to learn specific topics? And also, is Coursera worth it for those who want to start a startup so you can apply that knowledge to it? So starting with the first one, which is Coursera worth it if you want to learn something? My answer is yes, it is. And sure, some of you might be saying, hey, it's not really that worth it because you can always Google them. Like, the internet has all the information. You don't have to take the courses there. And I agree. The things that I've learned from the courses, such as React Native or Azure, is something that they have it in their own homepage. Like, if I wanted to learn something about Azure, I can simply go to the Microsoft Azure page and learn what they offer. But there are some advantages when you take courses from Coursera. The thing is, I just had to sit down and then listen to what the person was saying. There's a lot of visual stuff that's going on to tell us exactly what it does. So from my perspective, I don't have to spend so much time on researching a specific knowledge that I want to consume, but I can just sit down and this instructor would literally teach me almost all the fundamentals of what I need to know. And also, every 2 or 3 videos, there are quizzes that I have to take. And these quizzes are pretty simple. If you really paid attention to the videos, it will be pretty easy. Also, you just need to get over 80% to pass the quiz. So overall, I would say it's helpful that you will learn properly on a specific topic if you take courses online. For those who are in school, it's basically like that. But you know, if you're in college, there are courses that don't really teach you practical stuff. Well, in Coursera online courses, it really summarizes straightforwardly what you need to know. So not only do you save a lot of time, you save energy, and if you're using the free trial, you save money as well. Now, going to the next part, is Coursera worth it for those who want to start a startup and apply that knowledge to their startup? And I have a mixed opinion on this. For example, like I said, I never learned how to code properly, and I learned how to code by myself using ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. Right now, I know the fundamentals of coding. I know React Native, I know Node.js, I know GitHub, I know Azure, I know .NET MAUI. Like, I know the essential parts to develop an app. So that actually just proves that you don't need to take courses to learn something or to build a startup. And also, like I said, there are specializations that contain multiple courses. And most of the time, I felt like the courses don't really align well with what I want to learn to apply to my startup. For example, when I was learning about React Native, they had other courses, and I just looked through the syllabus, and it seemed like they were talking more about the web framework and HTML, CSS, and more of the website-based code. And which I would say, if you want to get a job in computer science or anything coding related, yes, you would probably need to know these things because there's React and React Native. But as a student who's majoring in hospitality business, and I don't care if I get a job in CS or not, I don't really want to learn about HTML and CSS. I want to learn how to code an app. So in that sense, when you take courses on Coursera, you need to make sure what you want to learn so you can save time on learning a specific topic. So what I want to say is, I don't think you need to feel obligated to take courses to learn properly to start a startup. You can definitely learn this by yourself. There's ChatGPT, Claude, there's so many other AI services that will teach you how to code, and it will actually teach you the essential knowledge you need to know to build that startup. But I also have to say there's a lot of other things that I've learned because through the courses, I've learned new things from the coding that I didn't know. And it also expanded my understanding on that topic. And this is important because when you're talking to ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot, you need to know what you want, because if you don't understand coding and you just say, hey, build me this app, and it gives you a code and it gives you an error, you need to know what is causing the error, or like how does the structure of the code work? If not, there's a high chance that you're going to struggle a lot. So in a sense that building basic knowledge of coding and using this knowledge to ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot to build your startup, I think it's worth it. But also at the same time, you can do this by yourself. If you're really passionate in learning things by yourself and you don't want to take online courses or pay extra, there's nothing wrong with learning by yourself. I mean, I did it. It took me a year, but I mean, I did it. I also want to say this is specifically from my perspective, and I only took 2 courses, React Native from Meta and the Azure courses from Microsoft. And like I said, you can just use ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot to say, hey, I want to build this app. What framework should I use? Or what services in Azure should I use? And these AI will tell you, oh, you should use Azure SQL database to store these datas, and then use blob storage to store images or videos. And you should do Firebase authentication and put the Firebase UID in the SQL database. See, right now it might be confusing, but it literally told you what you need to know straightforwardly. You just save so much time. Now what you have to do next is actually learn what is Azure SQL database, what is blob storage, how does this work, and what is the structure of the code. And there you have it. Now you understand the basic structure of how to code an app or a website or whatever coding related project. And now you just have to learn how to code, which you will also use ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot or other AI services. After I took courses from Coursera, it taught me that it has never been this easier to learn how to code. Even a student who's majoring in hospitality business is coding a full MVP of a social media app. And 95% of the coding knowledge that I have is from ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. So that's about it. I hope this video was somewhat informative. And if you guys have any questions, please comment below. Otherwise, I hope I see you guys again. Bye bye.